So the Copenhagen Major Open qualifiers are going on right now, and these are a big deal for so many different people. Obviously, they're a big deal for the teams and the players and the organizations and all that stuff. They're a big deal for esports fans because it's just some, competitive CS2. That's a good thing, and it's ultimately going to determine what teams we see at the Copenhagen Major, which is going to be a big deal. But it also matters for investors as well, because the teams that end up making it to the Copenhagen Major, they're going to be teams that get stickers in the games, and they're going to be teams that maybe even get additional borderless stickers and hurt old investments or yada, 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 all this stuff. So today I want to go over what's been happening in the Copenhagen Major recently, and even talk about some drama and some cheating scandals that have kind of dominated the headlines as of late. But first, real quick, I just wanted to plug my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, this is the guide to go to right here. My Twitter is going to be the first link in the description below. I'm buying anything and everything. I like buying in bulk. I like buying whole inventories, whatever, but anything you guys are looking to cash out on, I have definitely some people that I can link you up with, or I can buy it myself or whatever. Obviously, you help support me, my channel, and my content. It'd be awesome. We've been doing a ton of stuff, and it's just a safe, easy, and effective way for you guys to cash out as well, so you don't have to worry about getting scammed or waiting or anything like that. With that being said, let's get right into this today. So the main thing I want to talk about first was Osni. He has been tweeting out all different kinds of the cheating and shady and weird stuff that has been going on, because as we covered in my last video and talked about, the anti-cheat in CS2 in general is not that good, and the anti-cheat that they have been using for these open qualifiers has not been that good. And obviously, when you have an online tournament, cheating and people trying to do weird stuff is always going to be a possibility, and it's something that's going to have to be monitored. And even if you have a pretty good anti-cheat in place, hey, stuff's still going to slip through the cracks. And I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of teams playing in all these different open qualifiers in NA and in Asia and in Europe and all over the place. Some weird stuff is going to happen, but it just seems to be a little bit weirder and more right now when the best systems aren't necessarily in place for CS2. So here's a couple of the weird things that have been going on, and like I said, have been dominating the open qualifier headlines, which is really disappointing because you don't want negative headlines. You want people to be talking about how cool and exciting and fun CS2 looks and how awesome the open qualifiers have been and all this stuff. But here's one team, Vidar Gaming, I don't know, who played against OG in the RMR today, had their coach sitting on a Discord call and giving them calls through the game. If you didn't know, this is not allowed. Obviously, no shit. I hope that's not allowed. And the coach had radar access with zero delay the entire game. Crazy. How did he get caught? That's the best part. Bro was streaming the whole thing. Vidar won the match, but now they got disqualified and OG is back in. So obviously the happy ending, the I don't know, silver lining in this whole thing is that, hey, this team was disqualified, rightfully so. It's crazy that this wasn't caught during the match if this guy was live streaming it or whatever, but that is pretty hilarious. And that's the other thing as well that I think Osni said here. He said after they got disqualified, he started mocking OG for having lost the game, which was funny. And this was what I thought was most important from Osni as well. You know, I said Blood was like, damn, this coaching shit is easy. I mean, yeah, if you're literally just telling your team exactly where to go and what to do, and you have so much, unfair information, yeah, your team should win, and it should be pretty easy. But this was kind of interesting here. Funny thing is, many teams probably did the same. So, yes, obviously this guy got caught because he was streaming it, and he's an idiot, and he was literally broadcasting to the world that, hey, I'm actively cheating, and here's it on my stream, and whatever. But understanding that, hey, he got caught only because he did that. Would he have gotten caught otherwise? I don't know. This is a very, very big problem, and obviously this is a huge unfair advantage that doesn't even make sense. So it's definitely something we have to watch out for. I don't know how exactly the best way to monitor it or prevent it or whatever is, but obviously this was a big, weird thing going on. And if this was the only kind of cheating, whatever, somebody did some stupid stuff, they got banned, the right team ended up winning, whatever, that wouldn't be the end of the world. But there is more stuff going on. Osni has another tweet. He's been doing a great job covering this whole situation. So I thought this would be a good idea just to, use his stuff to summarize all this because he has the clips, he has the context, he has all that stuff. Obviously, I don't follow the esports scene as close as many other people, especially in these open qualifiers. As we get closer and closer to the major, I'm going to be ramping up. But he says here, Movistar Koi played and lost against Nevermore on the RMR yesterday. It was speculated players on Nevermore were cheating. They had fresh accounts, very little hours in CS recently, and overall played very weirdly. Apparently, Nevermore was just disqualified as it was confirmed their players were cheating. So Movistar is back in. Now, that's also what's weird in all these situations too, is you have teams losing and then still advancing, which that has to be some kind of like psychological weird thing going on. But then So they're losing and then they're moving on, but then they're also moving on having never really played a real match. Like, there's some teams that are losing legitimately and then getting knocked out, and they're like, hey, well, we would have liked to play against a cheater and then just end up getting a free win and advancing. So these cheaters are just really ruining the whole thing, and you can see how not having a great anti-cheat or a great system or a well-run tournament in the first place just sets up all these different kinds of issues, because then you need disqualifications, you need teams moving on that really didn't even win a match, you need to actually catch the teams that are cheating, you have to be monitoring all these different things, and it's just bad publicity, bad PR. Like I said, all of it at the end of the day isn't going to be preventable, but this is pretty crazy, pretty weird. So we had the team from the last clip, I don't even remember, that loses and then moves on. Now we have Movistar Koi that is losing and then moving on. So Movistar is back in, but it makes you wonder how many cheaters could be playing in the RMR. I've seen many more complaints, and the anti-cheat doesn't seem to be doing much. So that's not good. I don't know if this clip is English or not, but we can take a look at it real quick, I guess.
No. Cucu. No, tranquila. Ahora se viene. ¡Eh! ¡Te pillé! ¡Estás al otro lado del ladrillo! ¡Te he pillado!
So obviously just, some clips there of them having some evidence or allegations of cheating or whatever. I don't know. Overall, kind of funny, kind of interesting. But again, there is still more. Don't you worry. This is not the end of it. Osni decided to tweet another banger at us. He said another cheating event in the CS2 Major RMR. Again, this stuff started on like January 8th. Today's January 11th. It's been 3 days, and this is at least the third, cheating and allegation stuff that we have going on, which is at some point it's got to be a little exhausting. A Russian team called EC Kostroma or whatever was suspected of cheating. They had fresh accounts, a lot of weird clips, and many accusations against them. I even covered those in a YouTube video I made recently. This might be the team that, no, it's a different team. I was going to say it sounds like the team Movistar played against, but I guess there's just a bunch of teams with fresh accounts and weird clips and stuff. I even covered those in a YouTube video I made yesterday. It's in the replies if you want to check it out. But now it seems they got confirmed to be disqualified for cheating. Good afternoon. After checks and investigations, we've issued a ban to the team you reported, EC Kostroma. This is Challenger Mode Administration, saying this to Osni, I guess. The worst part is they got to the round of 64 in the process and eliminated 4 teams. So this is another problem. Hey, if a team just wins one match and then they get caught for cheating, you can just undo that one match. But now, what if a team beats 4 teams or 2 teams or 3 teams or 5 teams? Or what if they make a super deep run? What if they make it, to the finals of the tournament or something like that? You can't undo all those games, and you can't bring those other teams back as easily or at all. So again, a team beats Movistar Riders. Hey, they switch that around. Movistar Riders moves on. The whole tournament goes on. But now this team beat 4 teams. They can't bring all 4 of those teams back. They can't redo like freaking 10 different matches or something like that. So this can really become a very, very big issue and snowball out of control very, very quickly. These teams did not get their spot back and stayed eliminated. Well, obviously, yeah, there's nothing you can really do once even a second match has been played. Turns out our opponents for Major Qual have been disqualified and banned for cheating. Can't believe this decision took so long, and we don't have a chance to get back into the qualifier when reported it 18 hours before the start of round 2. It is what it is. Let's move on. Funny fact, they actually got eliminated after they played and lost versus Senegal in the round of 64. Bros were cheating and still lost. Obviously, that's some of the funny stuff happening too. That makes it 3 teams who already got disqualified for cheating, and there's even more accusations going around, so there might be even more. So again, this is just a bad look. And then, hey, I don't even think I saw this one. Another team cheating in the CS2 Major RMR. Osni tweeted this out just 2 hours ago. This is a 4th team at least being accused of cheating or whatever. And this time it couldn't be more obvious. Bro's not even trying to hide it. The anti-cheat is working wonders this RMR. So as you can see, all over the place, allegations, accusations, bans, confirmed cheating, whatever. So, I mean, at least in that sense, we are getting some people to be confirmed cheating. We are getting some people banned, but many times right now, it's seeming to be too little too late. It doesn't seem like the systems they have in place are catching very many people beforehand or during the matches are quick enough. It seems like the community is needing to do a lot of this, and the teams and players are having to do a lot of reporting and accusing people and stuff like that. And eventually, we're going to get some of this stuff wrong as well, so who knows? So far, the early open qualifiers have been an absolute mess. Obviously, they still have like 2 months to kind of clean this thing up. I think the Copenhagen Major starts in March, but man, I hope cheaters aren't able to ruin and alter the timeline and history of what teams are making and what team ends up ultimately winning Copenhagen and all that stuff. I don't think there's going to be cheaters at the Major, but obviously cheaters could be eliminating teams and players that could maybe qualify or deserve to go or whatever. So this whole situation just seems really, really bad. I hope Valve and the tournament organizers and the anti-cheat companies and all this stuff are able to figure this out and clean this up. Again, we're still early days in CS2. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some weird stuff going on. We're going to learn. We're going to evolve. We're going to advance. But just kind of getting there in the process is maybe not the most fun and exciting, but plenty of cheating going on, plenty of drama, plenty of controversy, all that fun stuff. And who knows, maybe that makes open qualifiers a little bit more interesting because they'd probably be boring anyway. I don't know. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Hopefully I catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.